Well, hello.
Well,
Welcome
we
back.
made it
Hi.
last, and I survived, man.
Survived?
Survived. I
You look a
survived
little alive. You look
horses.
a little
I
bit alive. There's some life.
the reason we're doing it today and not yesterday is because I can actually talk now. I have my
Had
voice back,
zero
kinda.
voice yesterday.
Could not talk. I could not get as loud as talking needed to be. But I made it through faster horses, time of my life. Third year I went, great time.
Always a
And
great time.
so let's get into it on
Let's get right into it.
on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, we don't usually do it on a Tuesday, but on a Tuesday now, and a late one too. But I mean, how was your podcast with Dylan?
The
Just the two of you,
podcast,
huh?
I mean, it cruised. It went pretty fine. It didn't go too bad. A little rough, but I mean, we got through it full and through. It was okay.
Okay, all right. And without further ado, let's get into it because it's already starting. NBA. Let's just talk about the Game 6 prediction. I need a Game
Predictions,
7.
baby. We
I
need a game seven. Value, baby.
Value. Okay, I didn't even know you got that, bro. I didn't know you on one of those.
Yeah.
So
Count them
value.
good boys.
I didn't know they had a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
it.
they made that
I like
to a
it.
shirt. Had to cop it. Couldn't not.
Not when they're gonna make a shirt. I mean, at a decent price maybe. I really hope that the Suns don't choke it, Luke.
I know. They can't happen. Look, at Chris Paul was
If
talking
they
about
lose
after the
4
loss.
games in a row,
They were like, they're coming in focus for this game 6. They're gonna have to push it to game 7, and they're gonna have to be like, okay, time to snatch that game 7. They're gonna have to lift the trophy.
There's
That's
no
the
other
only. That's the
option
only
there.
other. That's the only option we have right now. Because the last 3 games are brutal to watch. I'm going to be real with you.
No, that they have been, especially as an Arizona fan. If you're a Bucks fan,
I need Chris Paul to play through the entire game. The last 2 or 3 games, he's been going a little ice cold, a little hot, then a little back to ice cold. And
okay, I thought you were telling me you didn't want this man coming out of the game one time. No rest.
Well,
CP3 all night.
Well, apparently not. He might be a little too old for that. Because he went a little bit cold the last couple games. While Booker was trying to savor anything he could, but go cold enough times with other teammates. The Bucks will capitalize on that, and they did.
Exactly. And so let's ride the Suns. If you're riding the Suns, go fucking Suns.
Value.
That's all I got. Value. And let's hope for a game 7 because, who doesn't want a game 7? Every sport's great with a game 7. So.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on to UFC Vegas 31 that happened over the weekend. I didn't get to watch this, but Luke has some news on the Miesha Tate return, which was
Miesha Tate.
Something.
It was something because she came back with fire. Last time she fought was back in 2016 in the UFC. Now she's coming back. 3rd round late knockout. Bah! I was thinking 3rd round. It was probably going to go to decision, but then she's like, nah, we're going to show up in style. Bah, bah, bah! We're going to knock a bitch out. And that's what she did. And this doesn't get any better than that for your return back into the UFC. I'm going to quit. I'm going to be quite honest with you.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. If you come back to the UFC after being out, for how long was she out?
She was not fighting in the UFC since 2016.
Yeah, so you come back and KO your first opponent.
She's coming for a title shot. She's coming for that belt.
Yeah, that's a statement, immediate statement, and you only go up from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we need to talk about Islam Makhachev. Okay, this man let me get you in hip because me and Dylan were talking about it last
Put me
week. This
hip.
guy is like
Put me
the
hip.
Khabib 2.0. Okay, he
Okay.
dominates people. He's a ranked opponent and has like multiple fight rejections from other ranked opponents.
Have I seen this guy?
You might have.
Is he the giant freaky Russian man that we saw like 8 months ago?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He has a pretty thickish beard. Not long.
Is he bald though?
No.
Okay. No, never mind.
No.
Okay. Because that dude looked like he could be who you're talking about.
Well, this guy is like damn near replicating Khabib's numbers, and he's basically fighting the same style. I mean, it kind of was his teammate, and he's kind of helped train him now. So I mean, that only does help. But I mean, he after that fight, he called out Tony Ferguson. He was like, "I'll prove to the world that Tony Ferguson's not on Khabib's level when I dominate him in the octagon."
Okay.
Like,
okay, guy.
Okay is right, guy.
Big talk coming out over there.
And honestly, that's all I really ultimately have for the UFC fight night. I mean, it's a fight night, not pay-per-view. But big things happen.
But there's one man. There is one godforsaken man that cannot stay off this podcast.
Oh, there's
no matter what's happening.
Not one.
Because he got himself
not one
Lamborghini yacht.
He did. That thing is like honestly, it looks so clean. It looks.
Do you know how expensive it is? Tell me you know how much you spent.
I don't know the number, but I can search it up.
You need to find the number right now. That boy looks too good to not be the priciest thing that has ever been purchased. Like,
we're about to find out.
All right. Before I figure it out, I'm gonna take a guess.
Take a guess.
Do you have the number?
I do.
Oh my god.
It was not hard to find.
I can't even really ask for a range. 700 million.
Oh, you're
nah, way up. I wanted to start high.
You're way.
Okay.
You are so far fucking up. It is crazy.
Fantastic. 300.
No. Lower.
Lower. 200.
Lower. You're still really fucking high.
50.
Lower. 20. See, you're thinking like
I'm thinking like he got more inside of this boy.
Like a GTA type fucking yacht.
I feel like he's going nutty. I feel like he would get like some extra stuff added in there.
Are you ready for it?
Hit me with the number.
3.4 mil.
Wait, that's not that expensive. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Hello.
I want myself one of those. What's up, Dylan?
Hi. Damn. Okay. Fuck you guys.
That's all you got?
Yep. That's all.
That's all you got?
That was energy you're bringing?
He is. Hi. We said hi. All right. So, anyways.
All right.
Moving on to the NHL.
Kraken.
The excitement that continues to build with me for the Seattle Kraken is tremendous. And the reason for that is because of the players at the moment that are not being protected, which is kind of blowing my mind. But the players that are exposed to the Kraken are looking really, really, really good. So I'm going to just list off some of these names, and we're just gonna bask in this for a moment. The Anaheim Ducks are leaving up Kevin Shattenkirk, a defenseman. Boston Bruins leaving up Connor Clifton, defenseman. Sabres leaving up Jeff Skinner, left winger. Hurricanes, Nino Niederreiter, left wing. Jackets leaving up Max Domi, the center. Calgary Flames, Mark Giordano, defenseman. Dallas Stars, Ben Bishop, goalie. Red Wings, Vladislav Namestnikov, right wing. Panthers, Chris Drieger. Kings, Jonathan Quick. Canadians, Carey Price. Devils, PK Subban. Nashville Predators, Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene are both notables from that team. The Islanders leaving up Josh Bailey and Jordan Eberle. I'm actually very shocked about that. Ottawa Senators, Matt Murray. Flyers, James Van Riemsdyk and Jakub Voracek. Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko.
That's crazy.
Lightning, Yanni Gord, Tyler Johnson, Andre Palat, and Alex Killorn.
But it's like that's.
But I mean, like they're gonna have the most notables.
Yeah.
And Maple Leafs, Jared McCann and Alex Kerfoot. Canucks, Jake Virtanen, and Capitals, Connor Sheary. Left wing. There's a lot of good names.
Tampa's obviously going to be the juiciest team. They just cannot cover all those fucking good players.
But they're also not the one. They're not the ones I'm looking at the most, because the ones that I look at the most are the
superstars.
The few superstars from like these teams that are just I don't know. Like I would take up like two of the Lightning boys to like fill in like my second, third line, you know, and then fill the first line with like three players from a different team, and then draft a fourth line. And then maybe a couple of third line guys, and then maybe sign a couple of unrestricted free agents, grab a goalie, and I'm set. I'm in the playoffs first year.
Basically.
Vegas.
But there's a guy that Luke talked about actually that he was thinking was going to be the future guy there.
Yeah, he was looking like to be the future guy. Chris Drieger, the Panthers goaltender, the stud who showed up but couldn't. As a whole, as a team, couldn't get the job done against Tampa, but that was a whole different story.
So it's hard to do.
But still was an absolute stud, shining up, going toe-to-toe with Vasilevsky. Chris Drieger, like, he was, like, his play absolutely impressed me.
He's in talks
that season.
He's in talks right now for a 3-year, $3.5 million contract. I actually had that written down. He's the closest player right now that like is to a contract.
Yeah, no, they're looking, they're drafting for backup for him basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which could
it would be
happening.
Yeah, and I think it'd be very interesting if they went young and didn't decide to take a veteran goalie, even as a third spot, just to give them something.
See, it's interesting because Chris Drieger, you'd think he's 27, so you think, okay, he's bringing some experience, some like that type of thing you need to help coach the team and the younger players. But this was his first season.
But this is hockey.
NHL. This is his first
Anthony
season.
Mantha was 26 when he got called up.
Right.
I mean, granted, Detroit kept Anthony Mantha down for way too long, and they continuously do that. Yeah.
Everybody down for like 10 years past their prime.
But still, you know, he's a 26-year-old guy with not a lot of experience, but a lot of age. Like a lot more age than
So it's like it's like a little toss.
Like he's already been in the league 3 years now. He's already 29. This will be his third year next year, right?
No, this is his first year. Chris Drieger.
Mantha.
Oh, Mantha? I don't know. I think
the guy that we ended up talking about just now. I'm pretty sure.
I'll be honest. I
it'll be his third year in the league
too. I didn't think you were talking about Mantha.
Okay, well, Dylan, you never know what's going on.
I thought it got pulled back.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm vouching for Luke here.
Okay, so you both don't know what's going on. We're doing great. I'm my first day back, and we're doing great. So NFL top 10 fantasy running backs, bust or trust. Now, the running back has been what is consistently murdering anybody that falls apart in our fantasy football league. So I would like to know if you guys think these players are busts or trusts for this season. Now,
I already know my answer for one player.
I'm just going off of the PFF.com top 10 list of running backs. So, number 1, Derrick Henry, Buster Trust.
Trust. Easy.
Trust.
Easy. Trust. Easy.
That's an easy trust.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dalvin Cook,
Trust.
Buster Trust.
Trust.
Do we think the Vikings perform well this year? And do we
No,
think
but
Dalvin Cook stays off the injury bug?
It wasn't that bad last year.
He's not the one I'm worried about with the injury bug.
Yeah, there's 2 other running
You
backs.
better not draft the guy that I'd say if Luke, if you take him for the third year.
Third time's a charm, baby.
Number 3, though, Christian McCaffrey from the Carolina Panthers. Buster Trust.
That's that.
I trust.
I don't know how you.
If he stays healthy, I
that
trust.
as a bust.
You can't say if he stays healthy.
Then I
even
trust.
if he.
Do you trust drafting him?
Even if he doesn't stay
knowing
healthy,
his injury risks.
Yes.
You can't.
Was it last year? Well, we saw it last year. He was injured for a decent portion, and every game he came back, he just still racked up points. Like
exactly.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So trust.
I trust.
Number 4, Nick Chubb of the Cleveland Browns. Buster Trust.
It's hard.
You see, I'm saying trust because they're supposed to be a lot better this year than they were the past couple years because they've developed a little bit and all that, and they're supposed to have.
They have Kansas City's respect.
But and
like Travis Kelce's
proven himself to be able to stay consistent in fantasy, especially when they're playing really bad, and even sharing some touches with Kareem Hunt. He was still racking up. So I would trust that.
My only reason why I would want to say bust is because he's splitting snaps with Kareem Hunt. But even
that
then,
hasn't mattered the last.
He's running back one, and
one season.
Even though they split last year, he still had majority of the yards and majority of the fantasy points over Kareem.
Yeah, and with that yardage he got, and he prevailed with it times 10. He's just a truck.
All right, number 5 here, the number 5 spot, we got Alvin Kamara, Buster Trust.
Trust.
I think that's trust all the way.
I think that's a trust all the way, mainly because now with Drew Brees gone, your main spot is Alvin Kamara. Like, he's your Drew Brees best player now. So I think that added pressure he'll do better with it, and I think he likes it. And I think that the man put up 6 touchdowns in a game last year. I mean, that doesn't tell you what you need to know. Like, I think that
it's hard to tackle him.
Right,
it's hard to tackle him.
So I think that he's a trust.
It is, but will they be more focused, more safely now that Drew Brees isn't throwing the ball?
Yeah, there's a different guy throwing in the ball though. Like,
so are they going to be
50-50?
Are they going to be more on Kamara now because they feel safer with leaving less guys out in the back because they're going to trust their safeties more?
It'll be interesting with him not being on their team this year.
Isn't their backup Winston?
Winston's the starter.
He was their backup.
Yeah.
For Drew Brees.
Winston's gonna be starter, and then.
Cover Kamara and just have faith in the 30 interceptions he's gonna throw.
Yeah, but what about the handoffs? The O-line hasn't changed, so the handoffs and rushing yards won't.
Number 6, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers. Buster Trust.
I mean, that's a lot of these guys are a lot of trust. I'm going to be real. They're a lot of solid guys.
Especially if
7.
Rodgers is back. Hell yeah.
Saquon Barkley, New York Giants.
No!
Bust. He's going to get hurt again.
Luke?
My heart is.
Do you trust him?
My brain is telling me 1,000% bust. My heart is screaming trust because third time's a charm.
Trusted him too many times.
No way he gets injured.
I can't
or
give
he's
him a third.
Absolutely injury prone this entire season. For this third season in a row, His third season in the league. Is he just not meant to play football anymore? Like, that
Time will
man
tell.
is a god when he's healthy and has the ball in his hands.
Coming in at the number 8 spot, Chris Carson of the Seattle Seahawks.
Bust. Be their key weapon on offense.
Well, he's a throwback style runner. He plays out of the fake handoff, fake pass.
Right. But Chris Carson,
he's like a he's like a Theo Riddick kind of type.
He was way too inconsistent for me last year. Like, I didn't have him, but like watching him in fantasy.
Luke,
for me to trust him.
I'm just at all question marks on entire Seattle as a whole.
Number 9.
Maybe bust.
Oh, I thought you were just giving up.
I was, but then I'm
bust?
maybe bust.
All right.
Yeah, maybe bust. One of these superstars got to go.
The number 9 spot, we got Josh Jacobs of the Las Vegas Raiders.
He's been rolling. I think he might have a potential bust.
I think he might flop this year.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders might flop this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The teams.
I think the Rams are going to take over Vegas this year.
I think
Correct.
Vegas isn't going to do
and
that
it won't
good.
be very
Cause
close.
him not to do
Rams
that
are gonna
good.
take over. Rams are in LA.
LA, my bad.
Next.
10, we got Kareem Hunt of the Cleveland Browns.
I'd say trust.
Sharing touches with Chubb.
Right. Even though he's sharing, I don't think he'll do bad when he gets his touches. So I would
Depends where you draft him.
I
would not take him high.
I'll say, final answer, bust, only because if I have him, I know that Nick Chubb's going to get the ball a lot more and have a lot more yards than him.
He's only a trust for me later in the draft.
Maybe a flex.
Understood.
Because he's a good player to have on your team for potential big points, but that's not guaranteed every single time, especially with Chubb taking majority of it. And with the work he puts in, he's not ever slacking either, to the point where Kareem Hunt needs to put in all the work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'll bust, but I can't trust him. So for that, I have to say bust.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, that's the list. So
boom, boom, pow.
Better than that top 5 QBs list that I heard last podcast.
Yeah, that was outrageous.
That was atrocious.
Let's just say Devontae Adams is at number 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With all the question marks,
and Julio Jones
with no one knowing who's his QB.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll move on.
He's at the top. He's
okay. Glad I wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
Above Hopkins.
Top 5 offensive weapons, right? Agree or disagree? No one was saying anything, so I just decided to read it.
This would be Luke.
Well, yes, it would be me. Well,
he has whatever these are.
Well, we got another ESPN top 5.
Oh God.
They got, for offensive weapons, they got Tampa Bay at number 1. They got Dallas Cowboys at number 2. They got Tennessee Titans at number 3. Cleveland Browns at number 4, and Minnesota Vikings at number 5.
Why is...
Now, let me go back through the list, because let's go look at their 2020 rank from last year.
What?
Bucks were at 4 last year. Dallas was at 3. Tennessee was at 22.
How does Dallas stay in the top 5 consistently?
Probably because of Dak.
Just because of Dak?
And what he can do with that offense.
And Zeke.
It is offensive weapons. They're not counting the defense.
Did you say the Chiefs are not on that list?
They are not on that list.
And the Cowboys
neither one of those lists?
Minnesota is 5th?
Yes.
I can see the Cowboys being on it because of their
work for ESPN, because I know more than that guy.
I don't know if they should be that high up, but Cowboys offense always is putting up points though, but their defense is just absolute donkey.
Right.
They have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dak. That's 4. I know there's people in the league, at least 5 teams with 5 weapons. So
and
like
Dak puts up like 30 to 40 points a game, losing those games.
right.
Because his defense can't do anything out there.
Okay, but who does Minnesota have on offense besides Jefferson and Cook?
Well, they still have Thielen, probably. Did he
but
leave?
Yeah, Adam Thielen.
Yeah, they have a better
He's
offensive
injury
weapons
prone,
than-
but when he's
Adam
on the
Thielen
field,
makes a
he's
couple good
threat.
plays a game.
He makes those long threat plays guaranteed almost every time. And
You're
it
gonna put
makes no
Minnesota on the
sense.
top 5 and not can't. Oh my god.
I disagree with that entire thing.
Well,
See
I'm
how
sick
it says
of-
agree or
I'm sick of
disagree?
the-
I disagree with the entire
I'm sick
thing.
of your NFL list from ESPN because they consistently piss me off.
Well,
We're gonna
good
start
talk.
making our own. Start making our own lists.
Yeah,
Fluffers.
seriously.
One guy that will not be in very good shape come next month is Cam Akers,
For the
who
rest
may
of
or
the
may not be out for the year.
I don't know. I heard he was out for the season.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done though.
Yeah, he's done for the season.
Torn ACL.
Ugh,
See ya.
Smell
That ain't
you
good.
later, Cam.
pissed.
And the Stafford downfall begins.
Who did they have? Who was getting snaps with Akers last year? I don't even remember.
Weren't they running through like 7 different like running backs? I swear.
Yes, they were. But Akers was the main. So
They were just
Yeah.
like swapping through the rotation like a starting pitcher roto.
Oh, I remember who.
Yeah,
I
for
remember
real.
who. I remember who. It was like Michael. It was something Brown. It was something Brown.
There was
Michael
like a
Brown,
few
Malcolm
others
Brown.
too.
Who? He
Malcolm
was like the
Brown.
main running back in the beginning of the year.
Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. He was
But
the
then
main.
he-
Yeah, it was Malcolm Brown. Yeah, you're right.
So I remember that. I think that this is
Yep.
a
Yep.
shitty situation, but the only thing, if I do want to try to look at a positive, it wasn't a receiver. So it's not like a weapon for Stafford was hurt, but the problem is.
Oh, right. Yeah, because like when Stafford played for the Lions, it was always, we only don't have a defense. It's not like Calvin Johnson's not injured. We'll make the playoff. Nope, still didn't make the playoff. These things do matter. Yes,
I
it's
know.
not a receiver,
I'm
so
trying to
Stafford
look
can
at
still
positive.
get numbers, but they need to win games. That's all that matters with that situation.
And that's a
But
fact.
Aaron Rodgers is another completely different and completely annoying,
Because
so drawn out situation
it
that I
is.
am getting fed up that
We
he
were-
cannot make up his
We were
mind.
talking about
Oh my God.
earlier, bro, like in the past podcast, how if this doesn't work out and he doesn't end up on Green Bay, it's 1000% because of the money situation.
Yeah.
Well,
like it has to be.
it turns out it's not, because he had the opportunity to become like the highest paid QB in the league, and he said, "Nah."
What the hell? I don't understand. He's confusing me, and I'm tired of playing this game. All right, I was in. I was locked in. I was ready. I was excited. I was interested. I don't care now. I'm just ready for Bleacher Report to pop something up on my phone that says Aaron Rodgers will be playing with blah 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 this year, because I don't care. Or Rodgers, don't do anything. Just show up somewhere. Damn it, just show up somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
please.
like, I mean,
You should
the
have
end of
for
the day-
golf.
at the end of the day, my prediction remains
Hey man,
that Aaron Rodgers.
hey
will
man,
stay
you're
out.
gonna show up on the greens when the boys ask. Like, come on, like Aaron,
'Cause where else? Where's it
you
gonna
gotta come play, bro.
Let me ask you guys, where do you think Rodgers? Where's a good fit for Rodgers right now? If he didn't stay in Green Bay,
At home,
On the
you think he
couch.
should retire?
I don't give a shit.
I mean,
He just doesn't even seem like he wants.
just
to play,
come
dude.
just come to Washington.
He's like,
Bring
guys,
Washington to glory.
I'm good. Okay.
Washington.
He'd bring Washington to glory. And now this. The most anticipated matchup of the year. The Bucks and the Patriots. Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick.
I don't think it's about that, Luke. I think you got it twisted. It's about Tom Brady versus the future Tom Brady.
Well, it's
It's
also
about Tom Brady versus
him
Mac
playing
Jones.
Bill Belichick too for the first time since the separation.
You know what I'm actually more excited for? This dude, I don't even know if it happens, but if it does happen, I would be excited. Do the Bucks have a game against the Jaguars?
I don't know.
Does Trevor Lawrence play Tom Brady?
I think if Trevor Lawrence, and if not Tom Brady, if he plays the Chiefs, that's another one. Patty Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence. There's a lot of Trevor Lawrence matchups that are going to be like much-watched games. They're going to be like 1:00 games.
Yeah.
The Jaguar games.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be
I'm
fun.
going to need every Sunday off this year.
Red Zone is going to be live once again.
Oh, yes. Always.
They do not play the Jags.
Nuts.
Whatever.
Someone should look at the Jaguar
Whatever.
schedule.
Yeah. Is that what you're looking at?
No, the Buccaneer schedule.
Oh.
Well,
Gosh.
I think there's going to be a lot of if anything.
I got their schedule now.
Jaguar fans have every game you want to watch now, win or lose, because you get to watch Trevor Lawrence. So that's a W for them, regardless.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
What up, Luke?
So I mean I got the schedule. Do you want it,
We
or
want the
did I
big
just search
games,
it up
the
for?
ones that we would care about.
Give me the
Well,
schedule. Give me the schedule.
preseason we got
No.
Browns,
No one cares about
Saints,
preseason.
No.
Jags.
No.
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 I mean Cowboys.
You're fucking
Then-
canceled, Luke. Jesus.
Cares
Christ.
about
Start
the
of
preseason.
regular season. We got Texans, Broncos,
Preseason. I don't even know. You know what?
Bengals,
No. You know what? No.
Dolphins,
I'm not even.
Seahawks, Bills, Colts, 49ers, Falcons, Rams, Titans, Texans, Jets, Patriots, Colts.
They go Rams, Titans. Oh, dude, the last 5 games of their year are banging.
Absolutely banging.
Like those are going to be must-watch games. I hope they have a good record by then, or at least
Bro,
500.
I
those
wanna
games mean
see-
something.
I want to see the Jets just come out of the gates flying and just start murking everybody.
The Jets are just start
That
off
would
the
be
season 7-0.
hilarious.
They're like 6-7.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
The Jets are like the next Steelers of last year, who they're like undefeated and no one knows why.
Yeah,
They're
right.
10, 11, and 0 or some shit. And everyone's like, why are they undefeated? They haven't beaten anybody. And it doesn't make any sense. That'd be hilarious.
I'm back.
I'd pop.
I could
Oh,
not
hi, Ty.
fathom the fact that you actually read all the preseason games, and I had to leave for a second to regain myself.
There's only
4.
3.
He read 'em
There's
pretty
only
quick.
3.
Yeah, you read them like in 5 seconds.
I just couldn't.
The rest
fathom that
of that was regular season.
any
You
of
started
them.
reading regular season, and then you went, all right, stop. I can't do this anymore. And it was all regular
Because
season at that point.
Because I couldn't fathom that you even brought them up, so I was like,
The boys get the boys get their work shout out in off season and preseason and regular season and post season.
all seasons.
We
Year
do all
round.
seasons here. The Tide doesn't sit back for nothing.
We ride that bitch.
So, the Nationals general manager does not plan on having Castro return due to the domestic violence investigation that has been going on for quite a while now.
Oh, you mean
Yes.
Starling?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It
Mr.
is now come out
Mr.
that
Castro
GM
is in the bad situation, you know.
Why are all
going to
MLB
get
players
snipped.
official snip.
Why are MLB players just losing their mind and beating the shit out of people? Like
I don't know, man.
Ozuna, Bauer, Castro, like what the fuck?
I don't know. What's that one baseball league where they're whipping bats at each other
The
instead of
Mexican
charging to the
baseball
mat?
league.
They're watching Mexican baseball on the plane or something, man. They're like, I want to do that.
They're crazy.
And then they're having like night terrors or something. And then
Yeah,
they wake
man.
up. Ah!
I'd be honest. Starlin Castro,
I'd
he
hate
had
if
a
you're
really
lying.
good career, but he is on the end of his career. Got to keep that in mind. He played many years for the Cubs and for the Yankees. That was pretty much his prime. So this isn't like a big blow for the Nationals. Like, oh no, you're losing your shortstop, Starlin Castro. If only you had Trey Turner. Like, there's your fucking shortstop. It's honestly not a big loss, and honestly, I think that Starlin Castro's he's an idiot. I don't know the situation, but whoever he hit, he lost his job, so clearly he's not a smart person. I think that, but overall, like Nationals fans, really, you still have Trey Turner, and he plays shortstop, so it's not really like you're taking a big loss. But
I don't think they're ultimately that mad either.
The Tigers are hot, baby. We're 4-0. We're undefeated second half. We are absolutely buzzing like a bumblebee, and I love every damn second of it.
Hell yeah.
So everybody, if you're a Detroit sports fan, I'm gonna.
They're also up 1-0 right now too.
And it's gonna make you, make you really happy. So if you like Detroit sports, this is a fact that happened yesterday. It's gonna make you really happy. The Tigers won 14-0 with Akil Baddoo hitting a home run and having a great game. Miggy having 5 RBIs. Casey Mize pitching a great game, and all in front of projected number 1 overall pick, Cade Cunningham, who was at Comerica Park.
Yes,
Future is here.
Couldn't have picked a better day to perform, boys.
I love it. The Tigers haven't won a game by 14 runs since 2011, and we do it 10 years later in front of Cade. I mean, come on now. We're just letting them know. We're going to win now.
You have to.
So I think the future's here. I love it. The Tigers, I have to point out, are playing the best offensive baseball they have played all fucking year. I absolutely love it because
I don't know what the boys were doing during the All-Star break while everyone else was going and being All-Stars.
That Russian gas.
And then the pitchers are doing amazing stuff out of the bullpen. Casey Mize only went 4 innings last night. So that means 5 shutout innings from 5 relief pitchers. I mean, you love that. If the Tigers are playing the best baseball,
you know what the thing is, man. This AJ Hinch guy, he knows a thing or two about when to take Casey Mize out of the game.
And our pitching coach,
he takes Casey Mize out rather early in a lot of games.
Him and our pitching coach are really good, really good.
Yeah, they're on the same page too.
Yeah, what they do and everything, and I think that helps. But speaking of Tigers pitching, there is an L in all of this. The unhittable man himself, Spencer Turnbull, who threw the no-hitter earlier, has Tommy John surgery. And that's an L because he's now out for the rest of the year. But it's actually not. And I think you might know where I'm going to go with this.
Can I do it? Can I do it? In 2 years, he's going to be a freaking robot.
This is a W.
No one's going to hit him.
W because we're
no one's going to be able to hit him.
We're not making playoffs.
Unless Alavila strikes.
You mean gets rid of him?
Yep. Because he's an idiot.
You gonna have some mad.
That's the only thing that could ruin this. Because other than that, he will be a robot.
Boyd's already your injured pitcher that we're trading.
Just wait. He'll be a robot.
Yeah, so this is where I was going with this. He's gonna be it's gonna be a W. He's already throwing no hitters. He's gonna come back from Tommy John when we're actually like good. And he's gonna be a robot. And he's gonna be unhittable for real. No bullshit.
All bullshit or no bullshit?
No.
But Shohei Ohtani that's a pretty big brand deal. And here's my thing about
what's the brand deal?
It's with Fanatics.
I know nothing.
Oh, Luke took the word. So yeah, it's with Fanatics.
You took too long.
Yeah. It's a giant brand deal actually. He's been signed to Fanatics since July. Beginning of July. But he's getting a really big deal now. And I don't know the details of it because I had it on my phone and not in front of me. But what I want to point out from this that is so big is that this is his big first American endorsement deal since, he's been in the league. So
you will sign bats, jersey, photos, and select game-used items in both English and Japanese.
Yes. Big money for Ohtani.
The partnership does not affect sports cards.
Not only American, but Japanese. He's marketing to everybody, which is exactly what the MLB wants to do here.
Finger snapper and a knee slapper.
MLB, and it's a big W for Ohtani.
Oh, huge. That guy just can't stop taking dubs this year.
Nope. Can't stop. Also, I just want to point out, yesterday, he beat out a routine ground ball to first base for no reason. For no reason at all.
He's having fun.
Just because. But we got
because he can.
Now, I told Luke last podcast, from here until the rest with the Jack Peterson trade, that every time we will have MLB trade rumors, because when MLB trade rumors come around at the trade deadline, it's like no other sport. There's a million a day. It's ridiculous because there's so many.
They do kind of go crazy.
So one of the bigger names that is on the market right now is, as I said last podcast, the Cubs, after their 10-game losing streak, are looking to sell. Jesus, after they just did with Jack Peterson, who went to Atlanta. On top of that, people like Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Rizzo, I said could be up for grabs. Well, one that I know for sure is going to be up for grabs at the deadline is Chris Bryant, and he is arguably, he is the best third baseman in the National League. Well, I would say one of the best with Arenado. So I think whoever gets Bryant, I don't want it to be like a Yankees team or like a team that a lot of stars go to or some shit. I want it to be a nice young team like
Miami,
like a Reds or something. You know, I want a team like a
Miami.
Like a Miami or like a team that's just starting to get big.
Miami. We love Florida teams.
I don't know why I love the Marlins, but I think we all love the Marlins on here.
You love the Marlins because I love the Marlins. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Alex Reyes has set a new major league record.
Yes, he has.
Whoa.
He has collected 24 straight starts to start the year. 24 straight saves to start the year, which is the first time in MLB history. He plays for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's been a good closer, but he has not been known as one of the best in the National League just because of Josh Hader and how dominant he is from Milwaukee. So I think that this right here is letting you know everything you need to know about Alex Reyes. He's a great pitcher. He's got great speed. And more importantly, which differs him from Chapman, he's got great speed, but he knows where to place the balls. He's like, I can throw 100 miles an hour. I can touch it, but I'm not going to give you 100 miles an hour and blow you across the plate. I'm going to jam you. I'm going to make it so you're swinging at balls and they're 100 miles an hour because you can't see it. So he's really smart in his placement, and I think that helps him a lot. He's a really good strikeout pitcher as well.
Oh, definitely.
But moving on, we got Vladdy. More Vladdy news. Everybody loves Vladdy. I mean,
I love Vladdy so much.
MVP in the All-Star game. Talked about that. I mean, the man's just great. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is now the fastest Blue Jay player to ever hit 31 home runs in a season. It only took him 90 games. Oh. He said, give me 90. He said, give me how many games we played last year, and I can hit 31 homers. And he doesn't care. Because here's the thing about Vladdy. I said last week that he was in top 3 in each category for Triple Crown. Okay, I was right, but there's actually a lot closer, all right? Vladdy is leading in 2 of the categories. The only category that Vladdy is not leading in the MLB in is home runs, as he is a few behind Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
So
Ohtani's about to ruin the day.
Need Ohtani to stop.
Ruin the Triple Crown.
I want Vladdy to win a Triple Crown.
Ohtani here to ruin your day.
Ohtani's not going to let
He's taking over.
So Vladdy is
here to haunt your dreams.
He's in second place, 1 stat away from a Triple Crown, and he would be, as obviously I'm sure you two know, the first player to win said Triple Crown since Miguel Cabrera in 2012.
Yeah, good times. I remember that. We got swept by the Giants in the World Series.
Caw.
I just choked on an ice cube.
What do you swallow water like whole? Like do you not have a mouth to block the ice cubes for?
Oh my God. I thought the ice cubes were so much smaller. It just slid down my throat. It scared the hell out of me. I didn't know what it was. I thought the ice cubes were so much smaller. It scared the hell out of me when it slid down my throat. I wasn't ready for it.
This man.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh.
But big news. Okay, so New York fans, they like to have fun. They like to have fun in their own way, you could say, by being absolutely ballistic. And especially when it comes to Boston, they don't like them very much. They really don't. So as Boston was in New York, Alex Verdugo, outfielder, got something thrown at him. Was it a beer can? No, it was a baseball.
Oh.
A fan took a whole baseball and threw it on his back.
Oh, not a half one?
Strictly because no,
a whole ball.
Strictly because,
I like buying those quarter balls in the store when I go to the Tigers game.
Nice half ball.
Strictly because
you like the half ones. I'm more of a bigger fan.
He didn't like them, and because of this, he got himself into a little bit of trouble, and he got a lifetime ban from Yankee Stadium.
Well,
also
that's
got a
what
lifetime ban
happens
from
when
all
you
29
physically
other
attack a
stadiums
player.
in the MLB. Luke, bro, can I fucking talk?
No.
That's also got banned from all 29 stadiums in the MLB. So, was it worth it? I think so. At the end of the day, you got a pretty good reaction from the outfielder, and I feel like as a fan, that's all you kind of want at that heat of the moment is for them to respond. And he told him to fuck off and fuck you probably 20, 30 times.
You really did, though.
Yeah, so for a fan standpoint, heat of the moment, stupid. Overall outlook to get what you want, he got it. So take your L's and take your W's, and you can measure them out and see what you want.
That's
yeah.
I mean,
but
if you're okay with never going to a live baseball game in your home,
as long as
then congratulations.
just become a Rangers
then I guess
fan
it's worth it. But I mean,
hopefully he went in there absolutely hating baseball, and that's why he did.
Hopefully it was like an 89-year-old man.
He walked
not
in there.
Some 25-year-old.
He walked.
Yeah, he was in disguise.
He walked in there and he was like, you know what? This is the last time I'm ever gonna walk into one of these stupid stadiums.
Because now he's thinking, yeah, I'm the man for doing that. 5 years later, oh, let's go to the baseball game, honey. Oh, wait, I can't.
But we have sweet tickets. You won't even be able to touch them. I know. They got my face on the wall, man.
I'm on the screen.
I literally have my face on stone on the wall.
We're at the Dodgers game. I know. All 29 just said screw me.
Yeah. Gotta wait for the expansion.
That's kind of that all the leagues got on that.
So anyways, Henry Davis signs a contract for $6.5 million. Welcome to the league. Hope you're good. Hope you don't suck.
How you doing?
Congratulations. You're not in Detroit. You're in Pittsburgh, but whatever.
How you doing, Henry Davis? Welcome
what
to
really matters,
Mail Club.
The last thing that we have today is the heroics in the Capitol during a shooting that happened at the Nationals game. Dylan, take it away. And then
Tatis.
Podcast.
Okay, so big story here at the Nationals Padres game on Saturday. During the game, there was a live shooting right outside the stadium, multiple gunshots, multiple people running, fleeing the scene, and honestly just getting the hell out of there, running for their lives because, I mean, wouldn't you? So the problem is at an MLB stadium, there is a lower level by the dugout, and then there is another section which is pretty much the middle seating. And when it comes to the concourse, the middle seating is the first row out, and all the people that are towards the bottom dugout will have to wait for them to clear before they can leave. You understand what I'm saying? So, because of the people at the bottom dugout had to wait for all of them to clear, Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres came back out of their dugout to gather people and were one by one filing them into the dugout, to the tunnel, where they go in, the locker room and everything. And they saved, I don't know the exact number, but I know it was over 200, 300 people just from standing out there because they don't know what's going on. So it was, they didn't have to do it, but it was really heroic by Tatis and Machado because they didn't know where the shooter was. They didn't know if it was in the stadium, but they came out there and they were guiding everyone into the dugout. So I think that's a big W in baseball. But I think it's just crazy because the last story we hear in a shooting is there's going to be a mass shooting at the All-Star game. Doesn't happen. And then 2 days later, there's a shooting by the Capitol, in DC of all places.
Wait,
so it's like,
okay, you know why that shooting at the All-Star game didn't happen, right? You know they caught the 3 men
we already
with a
talked
bunch
about
of
that.
handgun
We already talked
guns.
about that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying, like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't
gotta
know
add that
why
part in right there.
This is just one. It's a damn shame that you have to have a fear in your head of that happening while going to a baseball game, because that's one of the places that you go to enjoy yourself. And 2, I just think big W to Tatis and Machado, because that's some heroic type shit. I mean,
yeah,
they really did, because God forbid the worst happens and that shooter's in the stadium, man.
yeah.
You don't know
Things could have been way worse, and if things would have gotten way worse, they would have had more people in a better situation. So,
yeah. But ultimately,
yeah,
I don't think
great.
anybody was in that stadium, like, happily ending. I believe nobody was injured. Nobody actually got shot or something or anything. So I think that's a really big W.
Yeah, I didn't hear of any tragedies from that.
No, not even like an injury. So, yeah.
Well, thank you to everyone for joining us on episode 14 of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. If you guys haven't already, I don't know what you're waiting for. VegasSportsAdvantage.com. The link is in our bio. They are on a tear right now. They after last night, that was 10 straight games, 10 straight wins, and your bankroll is going up if you're with them, and I know we are. So, without further ado, have a great rest of your night. Make sure you guys tune in on Friday for the next podcast. And until next time, ride the tide.
Woo!